So hi, this is Nick Leatherland from Pegasus Property, and I'm joined here with Sarah Smith from Home Hub,
Hey.
Southampton.
Should I do ensuites in my HMO or not?
Right, yeah. So it's a bit up for debate, really. So if like my kind of thing is really it comes down to the council tax. So some councils have been individually banding HMO rooms. So every single room in a HMO is individually banded on council tax. I mean, you can get single living council tax, so it's a little bit cheaper than what it normally would be. But end of the day, if you've got a 4-bedroom HMO with 4 en suites, you know your profit margin is quite tight anyway. So having that extra, a few £100s a month going out on council tax is a bit of a killer for some people. So I'd kind of say, if you're doing anything like below 5 rooms, I wouldn't do en suites. I'd just do a shared bathroom or 2 shared bathrooms. If you're doing anything above that, so 6 bedrooms plus HMOs with all en suites works, because you can afford to absorb that cost in there in your profit margin. Also, I know some people have been doing things such as they're lowering the rent slightly, but then they're making the tenant pay for the council tax. It's quite a lot. Well, you're kind of leveraging the paperwork onto the tenant then, really, because you're saying, well, you sort the council tax out yourself, and I can foresee that having issues in its own. That could create a lot of admin for you if they're not doing it, basically, and you've got to chase them up. And if they don't do it, then you're liable and all this kind of stuff. So there's a few issues in there, but it's kind of early days still. So it's still up for debate, really, what the way ahead's going to be.
Yeah, so I kind of think if you're doing a new HMO, you want to put en-suites in it so that you're ahead of the market and you're the premium offering. However, you've got to bear this council tax thing in mind. So, yeah, as Nick said, I think if it's 5 and under, then you probably need to try and gear the house towards communal living, because that's the test with the council, whether you're using shared facilities. And if you've got 2 or 3 communal bathrooms, because they're communal, they're still shared facilities. But that still might mean that you've got, only 1.5 people sharing a bathroom, for example, so it's still attractive.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, also what Sarah was saying then about kind of communal living, if you've got 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom HMOs with shared facilities, the types of tenants that tend to live in those properties are a bit more social anyway. They like socialising. They don't mind using shared facilities like lounges, etc. And something we find with Pegasus Property is that the bigger HMOs, the rooms are bigger, they've got en suites, and the tenants that go for those rooms want to keep themselves to themselves. They just want to work, they want to study, they want to do whatever they're doing. They like having their own space to chill. They don't really use the communal spaces that often anyway, and they're happy to pay a bit of a premium to have that. So if you have got to pay council tax banding per room, then naturally the rents on those rooms are going to go up a little bit anyway, which might force some people on a budget down into the smaller HMOs with the shared facilities, but that's just the way the market goes. So you've got to kind of be flexible and move with the market. But yeah, I've always done en suites just because it's a bit higher end and you get a better quality tenant and you get more rent as well. And yeah, there is more running costs with en suites and the refurb costs are higher. But I think if you're going for longevity, which in a cash flow strategy is what you want to do, you want to be thinking 20, 30, 40, 50 years of cash flow. You want to be putting them en suites in my opinion. However, it is also very geographically related. So in some areas, like Leeds, for example, or small mining towns, they're quite happy with shared facilities. Whilst in places like Manchester and Liverpool and London, people want en suites because it's a bit more high end. So it depends where you are in the country as well.